Welcome to TriMet 101, where we don't talk about Portland, and instead we'll be talking about Toronto and GTFS. I have a message for Toronto. So what does GTFS stand for? It stands for Get the Wait, no, that's not what it stands for. It stands for General Transit Feed Specification. I'll provide a link to this down below where it's the official GTFS page, where you can have a read of it on your own if you wish. But in general, it's a sort of standard that applies to transit agencies where the data used within it can be used in multiple ways. That sounds vague. The data includes information on routes, vehicles, schedules, and more, and can be used by other apps or by websites, and new websites can be created using this information. It opens up a lot of doors. TriMet in Portland uses GTFS, and there are certain instances that take full advantage of that. The Rose City Transit website, for example, shows you not only what vehicles are in service today, what lines they're running on. You can click on block numbers to see what the schedule is for that vehicle for the whole day. It even shows you what vehicles aren't running. This is not an ad at all, but quite a while ago I downloaded the Pantograph app for my phone because I'm a transit nerd. Not surprising, I know. Big old signal and maps everywhere. It has several cities within it, including Portland, my hometown, and Seattle. I've been to both of these cities before. Here's proof of that. Here's a clip of some Portland Max ride, and you can see it traveling down the street. Okay, we'll let this video play for a while. And now we'll switch over to Seattle, and here's a video of me riding the Link light rail somewhere. I've used this app in both cities and have found it very helpful, very useful, especially for nerding out. Now, the reason I'm bringing all this up is because there's one Canadian city that has GTFS and this app takes full advantage of, and that's Vancouver, BC. Now, they have an excellent transit network, and probably the best automated metro system in the world. I'll probably do a separate video talking just about Vancouver and comparing it to Portland and at a later date, but it is an excellent system, an excellent transit company, and an excellent place to live if you don't want to have to live with a car. But you know what else definitely makes that same exact list? Toronto. If I zoom out of Vancouver, Canada, and I move down to Toronto, Canada, if I ever get there. Canada's a big place. Wow. Zoom in on Toronto, well, nothing. There's nothing. Now, what could be the reason for this? Well, GTFS is what the Pantograph app uses. This uses GTFS information. Once again, a standard. I would really like to see GTFS implemented into the TTC, the Toronto Transit Commission, which is the company running transit throughout the area for those watching my channel that are not from the area or have no idea what I'm talking about. Now, the TTC is insane. It offers lots and lots of services, but there's also other companies like Go Transit that are operating just as many things, and you can't see any of them in the Pantograph app, all because Toronto doesn't use GTFS. I would really like to see it implemented in the future when I visit your city. I'm gonna go there one day. I don't know how long in the future it's gonna be. I'll probably be in my 60s or something, but I will be visiting Toronto, and I will be getting videos of their transit, and I am very, very, very jealous of such a system. It would be cool if I could go into the app and nerd out some more by finding out additional info, because everything's all in one place. You can check all of the routes that are on there, where they go. You can check all of the vehicle series that are on there and which ones run. And you can see schedules, just automatically made schedules through the app for every single transit option. It's insane. And it's useful for nerding out on things like that. Please just Just do it. Just add the GTFS for Toronto. It's going to be a little weird to do because it's not something you guys are already doing, but trust me, you guys would get lots of use from it. It would be a lot easier to actually use the data on your website instead of just having some other standard. GTFS seems to be the way to go. Again, this is not an ad for anything, for the Pantograph app, TTC, or GTFS. This is not an ad for any of that. I just think it would be incredibly useful. Even if it was just the TTC that got GTFS, I still think it would be more than worth it if the Pantograph app were to feature it and use GTFS information. It would make it so much easier. There's already a huge number of people within the city of Toronto that don't have a car, and because they don't need one. The transit is really that good. And having a simple app that lots of people, lots of transit people know about, which is the Pantograph app, would seem to make this just easier to plan trips around or whatever. I just think the option should exist. So getting on GTFS makes sense. I feel like I'm talking in circles, but I'm just trying to get my point across. Again, I'm just some random guy from Portland who found an interest in Toronto. So much so, I made an entire video talking about it, so you can watch that if you want. From riding the famous streetcars, to the mostly underground subway, to the GO trains that are almost comically long. Yep, that's definitely all on my bucket list, and I will be there someday. And I think applying GTFS to the transit system would make it a whole lot better. Something to consider. I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time with Portland content.